going on, everybody? Honda Pro Jason here in Pennsylvania with the new 2022 Honda Civic Touring Sedan. This is the 11th generation. I'm going to walk you guys around and show you how many cool and innovative technologies this vehicle has. First and foremost, thank you so much to my friends at JL Freed in Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania, for letting me use this car for a couple hours. It has been amazing. I've learned so much, so let's check it out. This video is really gonna look at the technologies and the engineering of the new Civic. Now Honda Sensing has lane keep assist with traffic jam assist, and it uses these sonars. There's a small sonar there, one down there by the fog light, and on the other side. And if you notice, there is no big sensor anymore. It's been replaced by these smaller ones. And then the camera has also been widened. So all these things will improve Honda Sensing and allow Honda to add new things to sensing. And you'll see the sonars in the rear also. There's one here, here, and on the other side. And so there's going to be traffic sign recognition and more things that Honda has for sensing on the Civic than it's ever had before. I absolutely love the looks. I mean, honestly, I think it's a very, very sharp looking car. It does look very much like an Accord. It is wider, gives it a much better stance. The handling is greatly improved over last generation. Believe it or not, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with the Type R. Those wheels, I absolutely love them. I think they look really, really sharp. Very clean design. The washer nozzles now shoot out of here, which I think is kind of unique. You guys can see that there. And that's on both sides. Mirrors now have a turn signal built in, which I like. They still fold, even though they are mounted on the door versus in the pillar like last year. This is something interesting. If you guys notice, there's something missing here. There's no more keyhole. The keyhole has actually been moved, wait for it, inside there. That's where the keyhole is, and with the extra key, if you need to open it up with an emergency because the battery is dead, that's how you get inside. Here's the new key. It looks and feels much different. I really like it. I like how rounded it is. And then the spare key is inside. Look at how tiny this is. Look at this. That's it. Looks like a Swiss Army little blade. No, it's not sharp. But this is what would go inside that door handle in case you didn't have power, you needed to open up your door, or you want to lock your door while you started the car. Any reason why you need to use a physical key, this is it. Still a capless fuel system, nothing really changed back there. They changed a little bit. This is a new locking system. It locks with the door locks like it did before, but this is a new way to do it. Back end again is super clean. Lots of LED lighting back here. And this is again the Touring. I like that look. I just think it's cool how big this area is and how this is like a built-in spoiler, which I like. Trunk's got a lot of room. A lot of room. And this, you guys can see inside there, it looks like there's a little shock in there that opens it up nice and soft. I like that. So it just doesn't swing open. It kind of opens up nice and easy. Split fold seat, and that's part of the 12-speaker Bose stereo. That's the subwoofer back here. And yes, you do have an actual spare tire. Now let's check out the inside, because that is where a lot of the new tech is. So as you open up the door, you're greeted with LED lighting front and back, which I absolutely love. And then of course you have your controls for the sunroof up here and a sunglass holder. But this is where the fun begins. You have this beautiful infotainment screen and a gorgeous screen up here that I've already modified, and I'll show you guys how to customize, but let's take a look at this first. So here's your home screen. It is much faster than previous years. So as you guys can see, the speed is outstanding. And you have an all apps, which I think is nice. So you can easily go through here and uncheck the ones you don't want to see or check the ones you do want to see. Apple CarPlay is now wireless. So my phone is not plugged in and I still get Apple CarPlay is a first for the Civic. Love this. I think it's super cool. Just look at how fast it is. So the smart shortcuts, this is something new. The system will automatically remember what you use most and then suggest other items you might use. So I've just been playing the radio, so there are some XM stations and then the default for FM. But as you drive the car more, it actually learns the places you go. It'll suggest navigations, the people you call most frequently. It'll put their names up there. And eventually it'll also start showing you, gas stations on your route or maybe certain items that you might want to stop at. It's a very smart system. It does take a while for it to learn you, but once it does, it's supposed to be simply amazing. And you can customize different users. Check that out. And now into some of the more fun things. Vehicle settings. Look at that screen. Look at how gorgeous that is. Those icons are totally new. Definitely love them. TPS calibration, we know. Driver's assist system, there's some new things here. So now we have traffic sign recognition and a speed limit where you can actually set a threshold. So if the speed limit is 50 miles an hour and you want to get notified when you're going over the speed limit, cool. If you want to set it for +3, +5, or I have it for +10. As soon as you go 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, there's a little light that blinks inside here and shows you you're exceeding the speed. I think it's really nice and convenient. You show the driver attention monitor. You go into your meter setup. Things look pretty similar here. The only difference is there's a rear seat reminder. So what it'll do is it'll remind you to, hey, check your rear seats. If you have kids, it's a nice reminder. I've never left my kids in the back seat, but obviously people have, and that's why they have it in there. Window, door, and setup. This is cool. This is something new, something that you guys have been asking for years and years and years. Yes, there's walkaway auto lock, but there's also remote window control. So yes, now when you put the windows down from the remote, you can press and hold that button. You can actually shut that system off for the very first time in a Honda. This is awesome. I mean, awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm so happy they finally did this. We've been suggesting this for a while. So this is all touchscreen, and then there's some physical buttons on the side here, volume knob. But what's neat is this part here. This part here is actually a little shelf for your hand. So with this shelf, you can go into FM radio, you can press back. It's just a nice place for your hand just to sit while you're adjusting your infotainment system. On to the vents. The vents, by the way, there is no glare on this. It might look like a little bit of a glare in the camera. There is absolutely no glare from any angle. It's just the camera here. It looks absolutely miraculous. Okay, let's move on to these vents everyone's talking about. These vents do not disappoint. They look really cool, but they're super functional. So listen to what happens here. Let me shut off this so you can really hear it. You can go left or right here, and that moves the vent behind there, but also listen when you go up and down. Hope you can hear that. Clicks when you're in center, which I really like. These outboard vents, instead of just on and off, they actually have a little blend door so you can see how much air is actually going through them. I love this material. Has a really good feel to it, nice and high quality. All of these are outlined in aluminum. I think that looks really nice too. The piano black works well. Coming across the dash here. All these have a great sound to them if you guys listen. And it's cool how everything's digital. It's like a digital analog. I really think it's a nice job. You have some USBs there, and there's some USBs in the back. Your wireless charging. Normal, Sport, and Econ. Sport is going to change the drive ratios and the mapping in the computer for a sportier feel, also changing all the meter lighting to red. And Eco is going to reduce the throttle and transmission sensitivity, as well as air conditioning to help preserve fuel efficiency. Then of course you have your automatic engine idle off, your parking brake, your brake holds, a couple of huge cup holders, your center console here, It's a big armrest, opens up to a little smaller storage inside, but there is this tray here, which is nice because it's removable and you can set it back here if you'd like. So you have two different spots to set it, which I like. Let's move on to the main screen. This is so customizable, it is crazy. So on one side here, you can go through AM, FM, XM, USB, Bluetooth, and you can customize it so you can hide whatever you'd like to hide. So if you don't listen to AM radio, boom, AM radio will not be hidden. You don't have to go through it, which is really nice. You can also go through, look at this, audio and clock. So if you turn this on, you'll have a clock and audio there, but if you shut this off, so you shut this off, audio clock off, look at that screen. Now I already have customized it, so I have my RPMs on one side, my tachometer, and my speed on the other side. But very easily you can change all this up. There's a button on this side, and all you have to do is go to customize display and then your gauge design. You can go round, watch this. Whoa! Or you can go bar. Now if you see also there's a round minimal and a bar minimal. Let me show you what those do right now. Now here's a brief demonstration on how sensing works in the new car. With a wider camera, you can see the car in front of me. If it goes over the lines, you can see cars on the side, outside of right in front of me. And you can see when I go over the line. It also can pick up one line. It doesn't need both lines like in the past. So this is a much, much better system. And I think you guys are gonna love it once you drive it. So it knows the difference between a big truck and a car and a motorcycle, I've been told as well. Lane Keep Assist with Traffic Jam Assist. Lane Keep Assist stops working at about 30 miles an hour. Traffic Jam Assist will keep you within your lane when you're doing all the way from 30 down to 0. It is a very, very cool thing to use when you're in traffic. Much like adaptive cruise control with low speed follow, the same Traffic Jam Assist works with Lane Keep Assist. And some more very cool features. Check this out. So that car right there is your car. You can see if the headlights are on. You can see if the brakes are on. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this really well. Check this out. Brakes are on, brakes are off. Headlights are off, headlights are on. Turn signals. Now let's check out the back seat. Couple of neat features. You have two USBs back here. The rest of the speakers for your 12 speaker Bose system. So there's speakers there. There's speakers up front in the doors. There's a subwoofer in the rear deck along with other speakers. Your typical armrest here with your cup holders. But something very different back here, something I haven't seen before. Another airbag. So this part here is an airbag for the door. We didn't have those in the back before. You still have the curtain airbags, but now you also have a door airbags for each side. Under the hood for the EX and the Touring trim, Honda still has the 1.5 liter turbo, but now with VTEC, which means more power, up 6 horsepower to 180, and more torque, up 15 foot-pounds to 177, all using 87 octane and increasing gas mileage. It looks to me like the turbo's been upgraded slightly, at least changed. I've also read that the oil pump is now electronic. They also changed the torque converter, adopting a step shift programming, which should help with performance. I hope you guys have enjoyed my first look at the 2022 Honda Civic Touring. Thanks again to JL Freed out here for letting me use the car for a few hours. You guys are awesome. And as always, guys, I'm the Honda Pro, and now you're in the know.